So I'm a Brazilian guys here living here in Lisbon, and I talk I speak English, but it's not my strongest skill, and I'll try to take the time for everybody to understand what I'm saying because I know that's some difficult in that case in the language. And basically, our agenda here is to talk about how can I say that? We start with Java 7, and why Java 7? Because it's an old style an old style of programming, like imperative programming, and then we go to the Java 8 and beyond. That is a declarative program. It's more functional and and more easy to manipulate data with collection, basically with collection. So I love uh, I love collections. It's my I think that's the uh, I think that I don't know, I like to punish myself studying algorithms and the base of algorithms, the mathematics behind the algorithms. And then I think that collection made we need collections for everything. So when we think about artificial intelligence, for example, it's not magic. It's just if and else with collections because that's it. So we have a lot of work to do with collections, and then we have big data. Big data is collections. So the Stream API, it's no way to was created to make it easy or make our work easy to program with Java. So, but let's start. I will share my. I don't like to talk so too much. I don't like slides on PowerPoint. I don't like this, guys. So I will share my code, and then we can talk a little bit more of the technical part here of Java, starting with Java 7. Okay, so I'll share just a second that I shared. I think that I'll share just the IntelliJ because in that way I can see the notifications if you raise your hand to ask me something, and so feel free to ask me uh, in any part of the presentation. You don't need to wait to to the end to make some questions. Raise your hand, and I will listen your question, and then I'll try to answer in the best way. So the project is a simple project that I created a transaction class that we have an ID, title, on data time, on a double. It's double just because it's for examples. In the best way, you have to use the big decimal class here. We have a type that's a none. You have another num that's category, and we have a data time formatter here just to show the in a readable way our data time. That's it. So that's the class transaction, and then we have a finance application here with the main method that in the static method that get transactions, that it's just return a static list of transactions. That's it. Because all transactions. So list, it's a collection. It's a simple collection. And here we have a list of transactions that it made our income, our outcome. It's like a bank, okay? It's just it. So if we run this, we just print this collections or these transactions. You understand, because in the most time I will change transactions with collections, because it's all the same pronunciation. So but here we have all the transactions that we have, for example, stored in our database. Okay. So if we need to filter just the income in Java 7, what we have to do? We have two types of for loop. We have this one, that's for int I receive 0, and then we have I less than transactions dot size. Okay, and you have I++. Then we can filter. We need to create another list here. So just incomes. That is a new array list of transactions. Okay, and then we have to check if transactions dot get, and we pass the index. So here we have I dot get type dot equals, I will type income. So I will put incomes, add transactions won't get I. Okay, we have to declare every step that we have to do in our scenario here, and that sucks. Okay, it really sucks, because it's difficult to read this code. We have many we can have many errors during this manipulation. So because we have to declare every single step that we need to do here, but we can bring this for each syntax. So that's, I will change this just for transaction here, and okay, it's simple, and this way it's simple, it's more readable. Okay, but we still have the same problem. That's imperative programming, that we need to declare all the steps that we need to manipulate this data. And if you need to print each transaction, so we have to do another for here, and then we have to print the transaction. That's it. So you have two fors, and oh my god, that's a lot of code. So that's Java 7. Okay, and I think that's the reason that most people doesn't like Java, because the many schools, or when you start programming with Java, we have this kind of code. We have this style of code, and it's not a simple a way to programming, to understand what our codes is going to do here. So, oops. Okay. So what Java 8 made for us? I will try to explain this steps or these features that were added on Java 8 with a simple example. That's the example. It's the print, the for each for print. So here, look that. I will delete this, and then that's the for each of Java 7. With the Java 8, now Java 8, we have a declarative programming. Okay. So what it means now? What it means? What does it mean? It means that we have to change for each for an instruction to a method. So we put the for each as a method inside the list. Inside the list. So we have this. Now we have transactions, but for each. And it so what what we have to perform, what we have to run inside the for each, and inside the for each method, we need to create a class, a consumer that is executed, that we have an action, that it had an action to execute our code here. So let's try this. We need to create just a second. Here we need to create a Java class. It's all print transaction. Print transaction. Okay. And it implements a consumer of transactions. Okay. You have to implement. We have to implement the accept method. Okay, that's the method that will execute inside of the for each. Okay, it's an interface. Everybody, I assume that everybody understand what is interface and programming. So and basically here I will do this salt and we put the transaction. Okay, then what we have to do? We want to create an instance of this class, the print transaction, and pass here as a parameter. And then we can execute this. Oh, I will just comment this. And okay. And voila. We have all the, oops. Here. We have all the transactions here printed. One by one was printed here, that just creating this this class. But at this moment, everybody say, okay, I have to create another class to pass as a parameter, and then I will have a for. Okay, it's more complicated than the other way, that imperative programming on Java 7, like this one. Okay, like this. Java 7, imperative programming. Yeah, it's not easy. That sucks. It's more code. It's a lot of things that you have to planning. So if I had to do, I don't know, 30, 40 force, I have to create 40 class. That it not make sense to just someone to think in this. But okay, you can create a class. You can just declare here it's inside class or inside declaration like this. So have a customer. We can do this. Print transaction, and we can create a new customer. Okay, and then we have, oops, my mistake. Transaction. Okay, and then I will pass print transaction, and I have to put a dot comma here, and voila. Okay, yes. I just put the code in the same file, and that's, oh my gosh, why you have to do this? Why we have to do this? And you can keep it simple. Oh, you can simplify it like this. We can copy this and put it inside. Okay, it works. It's better, but it's not the best way that we can do this. So what can we can make it simple? Yes, we can make it simple. It's always that programming. It's always like how can we made our code simple or simpler than before? So we can use since Java 8 lambda expression that is it. It's just like this. Okay, that's the lambda expression. So, but we have one method. That's it. We have the parameter of the method, and we have the body of the method in this point. I'm just realized that people the size of the font, it's good for you. I will check the change here.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Great. Uh, so we can make it simple, because if you have just one parameter here, we don't need to say what is the type of this parameter. So we can just put like this, and you have just one instruction in the body, so we can erase our brackets here. I don't remember the name of this. I think that no, it's not brackets, it's not angle brackets. Oh, but we can just put this. We can erase this, so we can make our code simple. So now we have a great code because it's just one line code to do what we've done. We have been done uh, with 3 lines of code. But it can be simple because we have method reference here that is, I have just one parameter here, just one method, so I can do this. And voila, it's simple. Because Java with the default methods that was it's the only method that we can really implement inside an interface. We know that we have just one method, one parameter, and this parameter is passed to another method of another class. So you can just make this reference here. We made a method reference, and Java, like a puzzle, it fits all the pieces together to run this code. And it works. It works. I proved to you that it works. So, voila, we have our code. It's simple. It's better than the imperative programming. What is the advantage of this? It's because we can manipulate all the data uh, using a method. But for each, it's a simple method. For it's a simple method. It's not something that it's not something that we have to um, worry so much uh, when we change the data. But imagine if you have to manipulate and ask a lot of things for your data. So we have now um, the stream API. What is the stream API? Imagine that if you don't have the stream API, when you have an array with 1,000 positions, it will be stored on your memory all the thousand all the thousand positions of this array inside your memory, and this at the same time 1,000 objects of your class will be put inside your memory. That's crazy. So how can we fit that? How can we fix that? So we have the Stream API. Stream, it's like Netflix. It's the same of Netflix. So we don't wait all the video being downloaded to start it in our TV or in our computer. And the Stream API make the same thing for the collections. So that's brilliant. That's amazing. So how can and with this I will take some I will copy from my notes, just a second, all the methods that we can use with the string. And we will see how every method works. So we have filter, we have sort, we have all match, n match, non-match, max, min, we have group, we have map, and we have reduce. All this you can do with Stream API. So let's gonna do this. I will put this. I will comment this. And let's start with filter. Remember the first step that I made here is what? Filter all the incomes. So I want incomes from transactions dot string dot filter, where transaction point, oh, transaction dot, sorry guys, transaction dot get type dot equals type income. That's it. But a filter he returns another string, but we want what? We want to take all the string and convert it into an array list. So we want to use another method that's collect, yeah, and we say use what? Convert. Collect is like convert our string into a list. That's what this line do. So here I can print our incomes. And we have just the incomes. I hope so. Yes, just income, just the two incomes of our collection. And it can do more. Can do more. So I want to take just the values and sum all the values to convert an object, a transaction object, into a double object. To sum it, we use map. So I can use map. What are we are mapping here? Transaction into transaction get value. And look, we can use here what? Our method reference here. Look, get value. And then we can reduce. We start with 0. It's our accumulator. And then we use what here? Double sum. But here we have just a value, a double value, because we are reducing our all of our array, our collection, into a double, into sum of all incomes that we have stored on our data, on the database. Okay, so I this so income total income in here we have total income. And look, it's just magical, huh? It's magical. I love this. And people today, when people say for me, "Oh, Java, it's the," say, "No, you don't know Java. You don't know Java. Java, it's brilliant. It's beautiful. It's like Gisele Bündchen from program language. Don't you agree? Huh? Or Gisele Bündchen here. Oh, ah, it's perfect. Arrow functions, reference method. Uh, Lambda, it's like an arrow functions. Okay, arrow functions is just for JavaScript and not for how can I say, uh, compiled languages, typed languages. In typed languages, we use the lambda expression, but that's the and it's all the same thing. Don't worry about that. It's all the same thing. So, um, oh, any questions to hear?
Yes,
No?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Can I ask? Yes, I want to ask you about if you can access to local variable inside inside your method.
Sorry, you can repeat, please.
I ask if you can if you can access to local variable inside your methods, inside, for example, filters, or if you have
Uh,
another variable.
um, uh, where?
Okay, let's assume that we have int x equals 0, and you want to access in the filter to that variable. It's possible.
Oh, it's a little bit complicated to use external variables inside of um, the stream, but yes, we can create an external variable and use it inside of the stream. It's totally possible. Uh, uh, let me think in something that we can.
Um, Andrey, instead of using type incoming directly in your filter, and what about be a method parameter or something like this? So,
Yes, yeah, we can do something like this. Uh, we can. I will extract this as a method. I can extract this as a method. Uh, um, extract as a method. Okay. Get reduced. I just called. I'm just calling this, and then I will have the type, and I can pass here. It's totally possible. Something like this, and then we can type incoming until so I have a total of incoming, and then I will duplicate this, and I will have the outcome. And then the total outcome it's totally possible to do something like this. I don't know if I answered the question, but that's it. So with these two,
Yes, so that we have to okay. So have a parameter inside the method. Okay.
yeah, we can do something like this. Okay, but we can't. It's not possible, or it's not recommended to, for example, create another list and populate this list inside a map or reduce, because if you do that, we are losing the power of the string. So that's not good. All right. So here we saw three of the three methods. The filter, that's the filter. We can eliminate some objects with based on a method that returns. So the filter need to return here a Boolean value. So here we need to always have a Boolean value. If I have a method that it's a Boolean, like a flag, for example, and I'll filter by this flag, I can use the method here, a method reference, just to the filter. Okay, here we have a lot of ways to manipulate this. The map, it's imagine that we have a lot of ingredients and you have a recipe, and you want to put or we want to map these ingredients into a plate into a dish that we want to eat. So we want to transform it. We want to take all of the information, of the object, and change it and modify this into another object. Reduce, basically, it's I don't know. I really don't use reduce instead to sum or times that we want to do with the data. So I really not use reduce a lot, but it's useful. And we have here a lot of other methods like max and min. For example, I want to take the max income or a max value. So I will take transactions string dot max, and I want to compare it into our value. Nah? So transaction dot get value. Okay. Okay. Here it will not work. So, okay, because I have two. I need to have transaction 1, transaction 2, and this. Get value. Yes, get value. Oh, oops. Get value. No. Oh my gosh. Just a second, just a second. Everything's alive. We have always problem when we are alive because I always forgot how it works. Okay. I will use something like the map first. I will use the map. Transaction get value. Okay. And now, oh my gosh. Just a second that okay. You don't you won't see this. It's the some software here that's pop-upping in front of me. Sorry. And then I can use double compare. I can use double compare. And then I have the max value. It's a little bit confused this because I have to use the map because I'm using the transaction object. So it's simple when I just take the value and then I use the double compare. Not to create another compare. Mean value, it's the same thing. So I just use this, copy and paste. The best way to reuse a code, not. And then we have max value and mean value. It returns an optional. Okay, guys. So if you want to get the value, we can use this. And then we remove the optional. But optional, it's good also. So here we have the max value and the min value of our collection. I will stop here just to answer the question because we have 10 minutes, but I will explain all the other methods here. That sort is just to sort the data. On all match, we have to for example, if I think that's better than that I should for you. All match. What is all match? Transactions, string, all match, and then I will create a predicate. So that's it. Transaction dot get value bigger than 0. If all the transactions has a value bigger than 0, so it will return true. Any match, it's if any of this condition is true, it returns true. Non-match, it's, for example, if I invert this sign, and then I will have non-match. So non-match will be true, like this. It's easier to, because we have string, and then we can process all the code in one instruction. So, and it's easy to read this the code, some code like this. So that's it. I think that it's worth that you can read more about the Stream API, read more about the about collections, because it's very important to our days to understand and know how it works, not just using this framework, this API like Stream API, but also how it works on the basis behind the framework, behind the API. It's very important for us to understand this because in some way or some point of our careers, we need to improve, or we need to implement something bigger than the Stream API, it's bigger than a collection. There's a lecture of a guy from JetBrains. It's on JetBrains YouTube, that he made a framework of a Stream API from Stream API to improve the performance of this collection or this API. So that's just to illustrate how important it is to our days. So I'm sorry for the for the English, for uh, the the short time that we have here. And for me, I spend 4 hours, 10 hours talking about this because I love it. So for me, it's okay. Yes, yes, Jose. We can do it with a final variable. So it's possible too. So that's it. If you use a final variable to create another final variable, okay? So because it's immutable. I hope that you can understand a little bit of that I'm saying here. I think that it's a pleasure to be here with you guys. So thank you so much. Any questions?
For me, my name is Andrey. Hi, Andrey.
Hi.
Thank you for your presentation. I really liked to work with strings too, and was a great. I really understand the main things that you want to talk to us. Like most of the people that I work with, just work with Java 6 or 5, and it's a mess. It's difficult to work with this. And these days, it's difficult to put someone in this way of the Java, because there's a lot of new languages coming.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of options besides Java. But working with the Java like a Java 10 or 11, or nowadays there is a 17. It's very easy and better. Thank you for your presentation.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah. People is still stuck on the Java 5, Java 6. Last year, I worked in a project that is Java 6, and it's Java 6. They want to to improve it, but now I'm on a client that it's Java 11, and you are changing to Kotlin. So because Kotlin and Java, it's the same code, so it's okay. But the idea here to change for Kotlin, it's a way that we see that we can attract younger people to code. So that's it. But I love Java. It's my first passion. It's I'm in love for Java for a long time ago. So, okay. It can get messy if you don't know how to organize your code. So, but I don't know if it's a big problem for us here. Okay, but I saw in some projects that we can do we can decrease the performance of our software using it in a wrong way, but it's good. Yeah, the problem is when we have I have a problem to give variable names, because my first job with programming was with COBOL, so we need to limit our variable name in 30 characters. So that's a big problem for me when I migrate from COBOL to C, then Java and beyond. So I know what you're talking about.